Hello, Mike. Welcome back. I'm ready. Just give me a few seconds. Give me a few seconds, Bubba. You're ready? I'm ready too. Just give me one moment. I'm with you guys in a moment. So, yeah. Okay. Saludos, El, ¿qué era? El Bunt. A Bunt. Saludos. Saludos to Gene. Saludos to all of you. Thank you for being here. So here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to the greatest watch market update show. You know, ladies and gentlemen, you know that me and Sweet Kikino always try to bring you the truth on what's happening out there in the Muppet Boiler Room secondary grade watch market. Unbelievable but true, but we do, ladies and gentlemen. We only want to bring you facts, you know, the real truth, what's happening out there, ladies and gentlemen. And before I get into the watch market update show, I want to ask all of you a favor. You know, if you want to cooperate with this unbelievable organic watch channel, you can give us a big thumbs up. You can give us you can subscribe to our channel. You can leave you know, whatever kind of comment you want to leave. You know, all that good stuff that'll help the channel grow. You know, and grow quicker. You know, and grow fast. So the word gets spread around the whole world of what's happening out there, because this is the only channel, and I repeat to you guys again, this is the only channel doing this kind of work. The only one. There's nobody else doing what we're doing, you know? We are an unbelievable public service watch announcement channel that we like to bring you the truth and what's happening out there, so you guys stop giving away your wife's 401k. You know, they already took your 401k and now they're after your wife's 401k. But please save that one, you know, save it. And stop giving away your children's tuition money as well, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, guys, we're going to go into the watch market update show. And as you know, I'm a big fan of purchasing gold. I am. I'm a real big fan. I believe in gold. I think that's where the money is at. Gold, any kind of gold, scrap gold, real, whatever you want to call it, whatever gold you like, But I'm into gold, and I want to start by telling you that today, on today's date, the ounce price of gold is at $3,377 with 30 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited because I believe that the gold price will hit $5,000 an ounce, and that's when I'm gonna cash in. I'm gonna go cash in. Like, when you cash in the casino, I'm gonna cash in. I'm telling you, I have all those, high school 10 carat rings, 14 carat rings, technical college rings. I got them all. I got them all. I got them all. I got 20 of them, and I'm gonna cash in as soon as it hits five. When it hits 5,000, that's it. And so I'm ready for that. And I want you guys to know also that the gram is at $108.58, and the price of a pure kilo of gold is $108,582. I give you this information because I want to let you know what's happening with gold, because these guys are a bunch of hoggers, those Muppet Boiler Room secondary grade watch market dealers and channels, they're never going to tell you this, but I will because, as you know, I'm stupid like that. So that's why I tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to talk to you a little bit about, you know, I've been telling you guys for, quite some time to be careful when you're buying a Rolex watch, from a CPO program. And you're not going to believe what's happening out there. But I made a video on this. I would say last year I made a video on CPO, watches, Rolex watches, and what's happening out there. People are doing all kind of wishy-washy stuff, with these watches, and everything is coming together. You have the CPO Rolex program. You have the Muppet Boiler Room secondary grade watch market dealers. And then now, not now. It's been around forever. But let's say now, because some of you now are hearing it now. But the China situation, the China, watches, watches that they say that they're being, made the parts in China. But we have a subscriber that reached out to us, and he has a real big problem going on right now with one of these Rolex CPO program, ADs, and it's unbelievable. Maybe you would like to listen carefully to what I have to say. What I have to say. And I told you before, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up. That'll help the channel before, because I see you guys already prepared. You want to hear what I have to say about this Rolex CPO program, and it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. When you see things like what I'm going to show you today, I have a couple of pictures that I want to share with you guys, because again, they're not going to show you this because it's not to their interests. Remember, when I show you these things, you guys get scared, and not only do you get scared, but you tell your next door neighbor, you tell your work buddy, you tell Tommy, Louie, Jimmy, and it spreads around. And these Muppet Boiler Rooms don't want me to tell you these things, but I will, because I have to, because I gotta protect your children's tuition money. I really do. I mean, you already gave away your 401k, porque ustedes son unos lambones. Y cuando son lambones, hacen esas cosas, Pero eso es así, I'm gonna show you some pictures of some other material they sent to me, and you're not gonna believe it when I show you this, what they can do. I'm gonna show you a watch that I have this exact watch. I have this exact watch, and I dissected my own watch to look at it, to compare it to the one they sent me, and I want you guys to know it's unbelievable what they are doing out there, ladies and gentlemen. This is the watch that this gentleman got from a CPO program. And I'm going to show you this. This is the watch that I have. You see it? You see that watch? It's an unbelievable looking time machine. Right? You see it, right? It looks like a sardine can, but there it is. You're looking at it. I want you to look at it real well. Look at it real well, so you know what's going on, what's happening with this watch. Right? You see it, right? You got a good look at it. Do you have an idea what that watch is all about? Do you know what watch that is? Let me know if you know what it is. Okay, so you saw the watch. I'm showing you the whole watch first before I tell you what's happening with it. I told you about this too. This is something that you need to learn. You see there? Okay? You see that the serial number, right? There's the serial number of the watch. Okay? This is a serial number from the watch. Take a look at it. Take a look at it. Take a look at it. All right, you're seeing that, right? And then you have the bracelet and all that good stuff, with the hologram hang tag in the box and all that good stuff, Okay, good. There you go. He has one too. Mr. Jolly says he has one. But this is it. Okay. All right. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Am I showing you a real Rolex watch or a fake Rolex watch? I want to hear these people. Before I continue, I'm asking you a question. Am I showing you a real Rolex watch or a Fugazi or a make-believe watch? Okay, all right, okay. So I don't know. Nobody's answering me. Now, let's see how good you guys are. Let's see how good you guys are. There's the movement. There's the movement. How does that movement look to you guys? You know? How does the movement look to you guys? We'll leave it there for a little bit so they can, digest it because they're looking at it. These people are smart people. There's your movement. Mm-hmm. How does that movement look? Nobody's answering me. Everybody's quiet. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So that's the movement, right? You saw the bracelet, you saw the dial, you saw the movement, you saw the watch. Now, and look at this. Look at the weight. It's an unbelievable looking watch. Unbelievable. Okay. Jolly says that different maybe is doesn't look good here in this picture. But I can tell you, that the watch looks very good, very good. You know. Here's the punchline now, boys. Here it is. Mm-hmm. I left the most important part, which is the back part. The back part, I didn't get that picture. The back part has, Rolex USA. It has the stamping, the real stamping, all that good stuff. Unbelievable. Um, yes, I am cheap. I am live cheap. I am. Just in case you want to know, I am live. So this watch here that I just showed you, this watch with this movement was purchased at a Rolex CPO authorized dealer. Right? It was purchased there. But ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw there was an unbelievable Fugazi watch. With a CPO, guarantee white card. A make-believe Rolex. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, everything is spot on. Everything is spot on. The person that got the watch, that's right, everything in the watch is spot on. Even the backing of the watch, where you unscrew it. I didn't get that picture. I left it behind, but that one has even the stamps of crisp. When you look at it with a loop, you can see that the stamping is perfectly, the stamping is perfectly, all that. So this watch was purchased at a Rolex CPO authorized dealer with a white guarantee card. That's right, it was purchased there. So what happens is when you have these watches that they're used, these are used, slightly conditioned material watches. What happens is I'm going to say this. I'm going to dare myself to say this because you guys need to hear these things. I believe that people that work there, and the organization, they do the switch and bake. They take out the real, Rolex, watch, whatever, the Rolex Submariner, and place it with the one you just saw right now. So I'm going to tell all of you out there, because I see that a lot of you out there fanatics of buying CPO program watches. You got to be very, very, very careful. You got to be very, very, very careful. If you're not buying, a new watch from your Rolex AD, fully wrapped up, fully barcode, all that, ladies and gentlemen, be careful. The people out there are doing all kind of tricks, and they work like a charm. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'll keep on telling you, for you to get your money back once you step out of that store, you're not gonna get it back. You're not gonna get it back. You have to know what you're doing. At this moment, you cannot even trust your Rolex authorized dealers. I don't know if you heard me. At this moment, you cannot trust your Rolex authorized dealers. A boutique is a little different story. But your ADs that a mama and a papa are running it in Wisconsin or in Alabama, you gotta be very, very careful because these dummy watches are everywhere. They're everywhere. And I'm here to tell you what's going on. You know, it's sad. It's really, really sad what's going on. That Rolex Submariner, I've been dealing with watches. I'm 62 years old. And I started dealing with watches when I was probably, I don't know, man. But I'm going to, realistically, I can say since I was like 10 years old. But when I really started playing with watches, probably was a good 18 years old. And I can tell you that that watch is spot on, spot on. And you guys got to be careful because they're looking for spoof balls, They're looking for spoof balls. They're just going to believe what the AD, the luxury dealer, tells you that the watch is good to go, and bang, bang, and goodbye. It's yours. You got to watch it because they're giving away around there, they're giving a lot of logos to a lot of people. Logo. This has been good for us that we have found out what's happening with China, but it's also bad because now is when they're bombarding the whole market, with eBay, Chrono people, Craigslist, Facebook. These watches are everywhere. They're everywhere. And let me tell you, they're fixing it up completely. It comes in with the parts from over there, from the country, from Chin. And then they finish touching it up. They do this, they do that. They put a little oil here, a little oil over there. They try to make it look a little banged up. They even bang them up, bang them up. You know what bang is? Like a little dent, a little scratch, to make it look like it's the real thing, like those people that they deal with fake money and they throw in the water and the ocean and they crush it all up and they throw in the dirt and the sand to make it look old. The same thing with watches, they do the same thing, to get you taken. But I'm not going to let them get you taken because I'm telling you what's going on. There's a big, it's a big stampede, a big stampede of these watches everywhere. Wherever you live at. Let's say right now here in Miami, they got already a couple of cats. They got a couple of cats in downtown, selling these watches, with the guarantee cards and the Rolex watches and all that good stuff. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, papi, cualquiera se come ese mojón. Cualquiera se come el mojón ese. Even me como el mojón. You don't know what mojón is? Kino, no te metas. Yo no le he dicho una mala palabra. Yo no he dicho mala palabra. Dije mojón. Mojón es una cosa natural que sale del cuerpo. El mojón. Kino's always getting involved, and I don't like that no more. I get mad when he gets involved because he's saying that I'm saying a word that I shouldn't be saying. Somos unos gilipollas. Son lambones, Kino. Son lambones. Esta gente regalan el dinero. These people give their money away. So I gotta talk to them that way so they don't give it away. Y no me importa si tampoco me entiendes tampoco tú a mí. Yo estoy hoy cansado, Kino, de verdad. Fui a la playa, nadé en la playa, miré cómo tengo la cara coronada. Yo no puedo seguir esta jodienda, si estos son unos sapos. So you gotta watch it. Here in Miami, they cracked down on a couple of these cockroaches and they got them. They round them up and they got them. So I'm telling you, be careful when you say I'm gonna buy my Rolex from my CPO program. You gotta be careful with those watches. You have working in those companies 20, 25 employees, and anybody can take one of those watches, take this one out, and replace this one with this one. Y mira, te dieron por las nalgas. Te dieron por las nalgas. And if you don't know what las nalgas is, you Google it. Because I'm not going to tell you, and sweet Kino to me, Joaquin to you, we're not going to tell you. We're not going to tell you because we do enough, papi. These people are having fun with you guys. They want me out. Let me tell you, they want me out. They would like to see me out of the air. But I'm not going nowhere. Right now, I got 30 organic watch channel subscribers, and I only got 13 likes. 13 likes. 30 organic, 13 likes. Eso es un bochorno. Ustedes son unos gilipollas. Ustedes se merecen que le hagan esto bien duro, en deep. Ustedes se merecen eso. Ustedes se lo merecen por ser gilipollas. I can tell you more things. I can show you pictures of the people, but I'm not going to show you the pictures of the people. I won't. I won't do it. Porque ustedes no se lo merecen. You guys are skip hopping around through life like bunny rabbits. You know, bunny rabbits. You know the bunny rabbits that guy had? Hugh Hefner in the Playboy house over there? Bunny rabbits. Conejitos. You know? Conejitos. That's enough. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. $1 today, what it can buy you is a nickel. A nickel. We have rules in this channel. We have rules, not suggestions, rules, so that you guys won't get the logo deep. So you don't get it deep. Mira, if you guys are waiting for the watch market update, if you don't want to wait, scram. Get out. You can, Kino, no te metas. A mí no me importa que es el canal tuyo. A mí no me importa que es el canal tuyo. I don't care your channel. Sácame a mí entonces, a mí no me importa. Que se vayan. Que se vayan todos para casa en carajo. Todo. No playing around today. No playing around. You tell them that. Enough of this game already. I give you the information that they will never give you. You know what information they give you? Buy me a $2.50, raffle ticket. That's what they're gonna give you. Buy me a $10 raffle ticket that you're gonna win a Ferrari. You're gonna win a Lamborghini. You're gonna win a Ducati motorcycle. You're gonna win an Apple computer, Apple 416, Apple I, whatever it is, because you like that. You don't like this. You don't like this. You don't wanna. You guys don't wanna. You guys don't wanna learn. You guys want to continue crawling with the rats. You guys don't want to soar with the eagles. You want to crawl with the rats, con las ratas. Con las ratas esa mala. That's what you want to go with. Listen to me, you don't want to believe the truth. You want to believe the lie. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. No, Kino, yo no le voy a dar más nada de reloj. Que se vayan para casa el carajo, más nada. A mí no me importa. No me importa, Kino. No me importa. No me importa. I'm going to go into the watch market update because that's what you deserve, a watch market update. You don't deserve nothing else. You guys don't deserve nothing else. It's sad. It's really sad. And I want to say something before I start the watch market update. I have a couple of subscribers that have asked me for a watch market in a couple of their watches. And this gentleman, if he's there, his name is Doc Mike, Florida. I'm going to give you a watch market update to you, Doc Mick. I think it's Doc Mick, Florida. I'm going to give you a watch market. I'm going to give you the prices you want on that watch, on that Lorient Ferrier. I'm going to give you one of those. So if you're around there, you're going to get it, Papi. I'm going to give it to you. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with the first watch. And the first watch is, because this is dedicated to our sponsor. We have sponsors in this channel. Today's watch market update is partially prepared by no other than Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet spray can hair. If you guys don't know who Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet spray can hair is, he works out of the stable, out of Deputy Boxing Black Eyes, stable, and he's doing now every week. He says that he gets new, he receives new watches, and he's telling you these prices. I'm going to tell you the prices that he has, and I'm going to tell you the prices you should pay, what we believe you should pay. And here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. The first watch is a Rolex Daytona 40mm platinum, blue dial, chocolate ceramic bezel with a diamond dial, diamond markers. Unbelievable watch, unbelievable. Reference number is 116506. It's an unbelievable watch, ladies and gentlemen. Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet spray can hair, has a price on that watch of $112,995. This is what they're selling this watch in their stable, in the Deputy Boxing Black Eye stable, But Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet spray can hair, is telling you this subliminal message so you guys get used to the idea of hearing $112,995. Let's just say $113,000. And I'm going to tell you what we believe you should pay for that watch. You ready for this? Don't pay for that watch more than $140,000 and ¡Dapping! No te metas más, Kino, no te metas más. No, te voy a botar del cuarto por fuera. No te metas más. No te metas más. ¡Dapping! No te metas más. No te metas más. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is an unbelievable watch. It's a Rolex Date Day Platinum smooth bezel. Date Day. Smooth bezel, Unbelievable. Not a fluted bezel, a smooth bezel. Unbelievable. 40mm. Reference number 228206. Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet spray can hair, has a price on that watch at $71,900. And me, and Sweet Kid Kino to me, Joaquin to you, we're going to tell you, you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. We're talking about a platinum material Date Day. Es increíble, Kino. These people are telling you they're selling theirs for $72,000. $72,000. How dare you give away your children's tuition money? How dare you give away your wife's 401k? They got yours already. Don't let them take your wife's 401k. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that Rolex Date Day Platinum. Unbelievable. Don't pay more. And I mean, don't pay more than $56,000 and dumping. Listen, with my prices, I block them. I block them all. When they hear my prices, they go crazy. They go mad. They go mad because they can't go back to Turkey. They can't go back to Turkey to do hair plugs, hair plugs on your back, on your children's dime. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to take this no more. We're not going to take this no more, ladies and gentlemen. No sean gilipollas. No sean lambones. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no more money out there. The cash has dried out. It was an illusion what you were seeing out there. Take your watches. If you don't believe me, take your Date Day Platinum President. Take it and ask him how much they give you for it. You'll be lucky if you get $50,000 for that watch. But they're asking $71,900. You know why? Porque ustedes son los lambones. That's why. Our next watch is a Patek Philippe Complications Annual Calendar. Chrono, platinum, with a leather strap, $59.60. $59.60. Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet spray can hair, has a price on that watch of $48,900. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to be nice to you guys. I'm going to tell you the retail price of that watch. The retail price of that watch is $98,900. $98,900. We're talking about a used slider condition material watch used, but it slides for new. Understand me? They're not going to tell you that, but I will, because I'm stupid like that. Because I am stupid. What does slider mean? What does slider mean? Because it passes and it slides for new. Morón, morón, son un bonche de morones. Morones. Bunch of morons. And I'm going to tell you, he's asking for it, you know, in his stable, $48,900. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm stupid like that, I'm going to tell you don't pay more than $43,000 and ¡Dame! ¡Dame! Uno más. ¡Dame otra vez! ¡Dame again! You did. You do whatever you want. You do what you want. Let me get a little bit of jungle juice. Jungle juice. I need jungle juice, you know? Está bueno, papi. Me gustó. Ginseng. Our next watch is a Rolex stainless steel GMT. The one that you guys go crazy for. You know, they call this the Pepsi. GMT Pepsi with a Jubilee bracelet. The real one. Not the oyster bracelet, the Jubilee one. 40 millimeter. You know, ladies and gentlemen, again, nobody is buying watches out there. It's all an illusion. They're attacking you with fake reels, Facebook reels, Instagram reels. You know? You understand me? All these different things. You know, the reels everywhere. ¿Cómo se llama otro de los chinos? El chino de los chinos que sacan reels, que son de chiquitos. TikTok. They're attacking you with all those reels, papi. They're attacking you. There's no more content for them to make no more. No more content. The only content right now is me and Sweet Kid Kino. You do whatever you want. The Rolex stainless steel GMT Pepsi Jubilee bracelet at 40 millimeter. Reference number 126710BLRO. You know, the blue and red ceramic bezel. You know, the one that said it was real hard to do, but over there in China and Ching, they could do it perfectly for you. Perfectly for you. Perfect. So perfect, it's unbelievable. But they can't do it over there in Geneva. They can't. Only over there in Ching they can do it, you know? And I'm going to tell you, he has a price, you know, the Chia Pet. You know, Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet spray can hair has a price of $20,650. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to tell you here in this channel not to pay for that Rolex GMT with a Jubilee bracelet with a blue and red ceramic bezel. Don't pay more than $17,900. And dumping! Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. The less you buy from them, the more it drops. One more time. Repeat after me. The less you buy from all these Muppet Boiler Room secondary grade watch market channels and dealers, the faster it drops. Papi, they need money. If they have storefronts, if they have offices, they need money. This is why the only thing they're doing is auctions. You know, the two toddler body brothers doesn't sell no more watches. What they do is they sell auctions. They sell auctions to morones, to lambones. These people don't have no more customers. The only customers they have is those wishful customers. The ones that wish every night, I please, when I pay the $2.50 for that auction or whatever they call it, that whatever it is that they have, I win. I hope I win. You're not gonna win nothing. It's all stage. Lambones, it's all stage. You're not gonna win nothing. You're not gonna win no raffle. That's all stage, papi. One day I'm gonna give you a story on that, how that works. But ustedes son morones, esto no para ustedes. No, Kino, esto no para ellos. Ellos están flojos de pata. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay for the Pepsi. More than $17,900. You do whatever you want. Our next watch is a Rolex GMT. I call this one the Heineken. I call it the Monster drink. You guys call it the Sprite. But this one is not with the oyster bracelet. This one is with a Jubilee bracelet, ladies and gentlemen. You know? And he has a price. He has. You tell him like it is. Tell him like it is. He has a price. You know, Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet Spray Can Hair, has a price on that Sprite of $17,350. $17,350. Papi, on my time, they can't get you. They can't get you. Whatever prices they put down, I'm going to give it to you, my price. And I'm going to tell you, this is a left-hand watch. And this watch, at one moment, it was all the way up to $40,000. That's right, to $40,000. And this is an unbelievable looking time machine. I'm telling you, I love this Monster drink. I love this Heineken. This is an unbelievable watch. You guys like to call it Sprite, and that's fine. And I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that Sprite Jubilee bracelet, reference number 126720 VTNR. I'm going to tell you, he has a price of $17,350. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch. And I mean, don't pay for that watch more than $15,000. And nothing. Yet. You do whatever you want, ladies and gentlemen. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. You know it's dropping, eh? Mr. Blair, you know it's dropping. You know it's dropping. You know it's dropping. Thank you, Mr. L. Bond. Thank you very much for that super chat, for supporting the channel. Thank you very much, Papa. Thank you so much. El señor Buff lo dio dos cañitas que son buenos para los Pampers. Eso es bueno. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot continue maintaining these flim-flammers lifestyle. I understand you like to maintain their red gold fast car. I understand that. I understand you like to see them with the Montclair sweaters, you know, with the Supreme hoodies, you know, with the ripped jeans, you know, with the Nike, Louis Vuitton sneakers. I know you like all that. I know you like to see them eating well, you know, their sushi dinner, you know, that $17,000 steak dinner with the guy with the white t-shirt, the paddock in his hand, the sunglasses. He's already bankrupt, but that's what you like to do. You know, that guy's bankrupt already. He's finito, ya. Se terminó, you know? And he puts a bone, a barbecue, Flintstone barbecue bone in your mouth, and he pushes it in and out, in and out. You like that kind of stuff. And he throws sugar, you know, azúcar, salt. He throws salt all over that guy. You know what I'm talking about. You like to maintain them, that's fine, Bobby, that's fine. You don't want to maintain and you don't want to help out and cooperate with the channel that's making you smart. No, you don't want that. No. You don't want to give a upvote. You want to give a downvote. Not an upvote, but a downvote, you know? Like the record, all the way up. They're not like us. Because we got rules in this channel. We have rules in this channel, not suggestions, rules. So you don't get this deep. That's what it is. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Rolex white gold date olive green dial, 40 millimeter, reference number 228239. Unbelievable looking time machine. Unbelievable. Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet Spray Can Hair, has a retail price for that watch for you guys to buy it from him of $40,950. That's right, $40,950. And me and Sweet Kid Keen are going to tell you, and we're talking about used slider condition material watch with all the bells and whistles. Box, out of box, guarantee card, you know, directions, all that good stuff, instructions, I don't know, all that good stuff. Hologram, all that. And we're going to tell you, this watch is dead in water. And they still want to make $6,000 and $7,000 off your children's tuition money. Lo quieren meter bien metido aquí, no se lo quieren meter, pero son los gilipollas. I want to polish. I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that olive green dial, date, 228-239 reference number. Don't pay for that watch. And I mean, don't pay for that watch. Not on my clock, they're going to get you. Not on my timer, they're going to get you. Don't pay for that date, olive green dial. Don't pay more than $35,500. And ¡Dame! ¡Dame! Cuéntame, Kino. Cuéntame. Ay, cuéntame. Empújame. ¡Dame! Una mamá. ¡Dame! Otra vez. ¡Dame! I'm just... I'm disturbed, ladies and gentlemen. I know what I'm telling you. This is the #1 watch market update show in the world. We've been chosen by no other than Fudinki. You don't know who Fudinki is? You Google it, because I'm not going to tell you. We've been chosen as the #1 watch market update show in the world. No, we're not Kino. Give me 5. Kino, unbelievable. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, today I went to the beach, the whole day, and I was sitting here in the beach, and, we have here, it's like an air show, of those unbelievable planes, those army planes, the Raptor, the F-16 Raptor, man, it was flying around today in Miami Beach. It was unbelievable. It's unbelievable. If you live here in Miami, you got to go take a look at that show. I think the show's tomorrow, but today they were practicing, and, I have front row seats to the, to see those planes and helicopters and jets and F-15s and all that good stuff. Hercules flying all over the place. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is an AP Royal Oak Offshore. The brick, unbelievable. The brick, 42 millimeter with a blue dial, reference number 26470BA. Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet Spray Can Hair, has a price that he's selling for that watch, $74,950. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. $74,950. Unbelievable. The AP Royal Oak Offshore. Unbelievable looking watch. It's so unbelievable that it has a blue dial. Unbelievable. But me and Sweet Kid Kino are going to tell you, he's asking 74, right? 74. I said it wrong. He's asking $74,950, $75,000. And me and Sweet Kid Kino are going to tell you, don't pay for that watch. And you do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch more than $66,000. And dumping, dead, dumping, dead. I'm telling you what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you what it is. I'm looking for the gentleman. This gentleman's name is Doc Mink, Florida. Doc Mink, Florida. If you're out there, say hello, because I'm coming with your watch market update soon. I'm coming for you. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is an unbelievable watch. It's a Rolex two-tone yellow gold with stainless steel. I mean, this is an unbelievable watch. They call this watch the zombie. This is just another, wishy-washy watch, It's a GMT, they call it the Bruce Wayne, but it has two tones, stainless steel with yellow gold, with a black and gray ceramic bezel and a black dial. The wishy-washy stuff, unbelievable but true. And he's asking for that watch because he is Jimmy the Cricket. He is Jimmy the Cricket, the Chia Pet Spray Can Hair. He's asking for that watch, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. $20,995. You got to be out of your mind. You got to be out of your mind to pay for that watch, $20,995. That's what he's asking for that watch. But me and Sweet Kid Kino are going to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. I'm going to tell you the truth. And don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. Some people are still going to say that my price is high still. But I got to say the truth and be realistic. I might be funny and wacky, but I'm serious too with my prices. Out of everything here, the most thing that I'm serious with is with my prices. And I'm gonna tell you, don't pay for that Rolex GMT, stainless steel and yellow gold. You know, the Bruce Wayne. I watched at one moment was over $35,000. What an insult. $35,000. And we're gonna tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch more than $17,500. And double! Do whatever you want, papi. Tú estás jodido. The watch market is dead. And if you wait until July, August, these people are, they're going to eat each other. They're going to eat each other. The memos, they're not even going to make them. Nobody's making no more videos. You saw those two Jehovah Witness brothers out of the Lone Star State. You saw Big Pun and Heavy D out of Dallas. You understand me? You saw the two toddler body brothers. What they do is all a sketch to get you taken deeply. But you like that. It's what it is. It's it. I'm going to go. I told Kino that I'm probably going to go on a blackout. I don't know what that means, a blackout. But Kino told me that, maybe we should go on a blackout. And we're probably going to go on a blackout. Because you people are still skip hopping around like rabbits and listening to the two Roxbury brothers, One is smart, one is dumb, one is taller, one is shorter, and they hang out with who? With Toupee Wigman. You know who Toupee Wigman is? It's like 80 years old. He's worth over $400 million. That's what he says. He wears flower shirts, purple pants, green shoes, yellow belt, and a big toupee. The night at the Roxbury, the two brothers, they've been taught real well by their father how to flim-flam you. But it is what it is, It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is what it is. I already told you, don't pay for that GMT more than $17,500. You do whatever you want. Our next watch is an AP Royal Oak stainless steel, 41 millimeter, the 15400. This watch at one moment in the Corona era, it was over $80,000. And people sitting down in their Mercedes-Benz Maybach and their Lamborghini and their Ferraris were just pushing the buttons and sending $80,000. Bobby, you know what $80,000 can buy you today? Man, it can buy you a couple of things, a couple of things it can buy you, and they were just giving it away and giving it away. You heard the number, $80,000. They were pushing away in their car in their Ferrari Italia. Bing, 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 bing. I want it. $80,000. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that 15,400. Not the 15,500, 15,400. I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and you do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch. No matter what they tell you, don't pay for that watch more than $34,000. Okay? He did. I'm letting you know what's going on. You do whatever you want. They have a watch, which all of these Muppet boiler rooms, they pass the memo to each other. The memos by text, by WhatsApp. We're going to do this now to attack these people, to get in their children's tuition money, to get into their wife's 401k. They send the memos out. And there's a watch that they've been trying to get you for the longest, for the last 2 years. But it still hasn't caught on. But they're still trying. And Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet spray can here, loves to talk about this watch. We're talking about a Grupo 4C. Grupo 4C. Today I'm going to talk about a couple of watches that I know that you guys don't even know what they are. Or maybe you do know what they are because you guys are smart. But I'm going to talk about a Grupo 4C. Balenciaga. El 5-2. This watch is an unbelievable watch. And Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet spray can hair, he puts it in the same level. Listen to this, where they put this watch at. They put it with MB&F, MB&F. They put it with Richard Mille, Richard Mille. We're talking about Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet spray can hair. That he works out of the stable of Deputy Boxing Black Eyes. He puts this watch, The Grupo Forci Balancier in the same level as MB&F, as a Richard Mille, as FP Journe, you know, this is where they put this watch. And this is what he's asking for this watch. He's asking for this watch, you know, from his stable, $172,950. You heard that? Listen to me. Where there is right, there's right. And you say, this is a very, very well crafted time machine. But this watch is dead in water. It's dead. You know, it's a very limited, you know, amount of those watches out there. Yes. And they are done unbelievable. But they still believe that they are in the era of the Corona era, with the SBA loans, with the PPP loans, government grants, stimulus checks, unemployment protection, check protection, you know? Those days are over, Papa. The money has dried out. There's no money out there. You want to hear what he's asking for that watch? $172,950. Hay que estar loco. Hay que estar loco. You got to be nuts. This is to fish, to try to catch a couple of, you know, to cast and see if you can catch a couple of dodo birds out there, because nobody's buying watches. But anyway, he's asking $172,950, $173,000. I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch more, and I mean this. Listen and learn. Don't pay for that watch more than $149,000 and dropping, okay? Dropping. Easy on you guys. Dropping to you guys. I'm just letting you guys know, because you guys son unos bonche de lambones. Ustedes se merecen que le metan la maraca, que le metan para adentro. Duro, no importa. No importa. It's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch. We finish the Jiminy Cricket Chia Pet Spray Can Hair Watch Market Update. And today, I'm going to give you, son tres, I'm going to give you 6 watches. The 6 organic watch channel subscribers, you know, they want me to give them a market on that. And the first watch to our subscribers is the Rolex Stainless Steel Sky Dweller Mint Green with a 42 millimeter, reference number 336934. This watch has a retail price of $15,600. We're talking about the Oyster bracelet, not the Jubilee bracelet. You know, don't get that confused. We're talking about the Oyster bracelet, not the Jubilee bracelet, with a mint dial. And the retail price is $15,600. And I'm going to tell you here in this channel, don't pay for that watch. Don't pay for that watch more than $20,500. Done! Right? You do whatever you want, but don't pay more than that. All right? You're giving them a nice space there, a nice cushion to make some money. $15,600. Don't pay more than $20,500. We're talking about a used, slider condition material watch in this channel. You do whatever you want. Our next watch is an AP Code 1159 with a blue dial, rose gold chrono, reference number 26393OR. The retail price of that watch is $49,700. Ladies and gentlemen, this watch is dead in water. $49,700. Unbelievable time machine, to be honest. It is an unbelievable time machine. And I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that AP Code 1159 blue dial, rose gold chrono, 26393OR, $49,700. Don't pay for that watch more than $20,500. Done! Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Our next watch is an AP Royal Oak. This is a grail. This is a monster watch. This is a monster watch. AP Royal Oak, rose gold, New blue dial. I repeat, new blue dial. Unbelievable looking time machine. 41 millimeter. Reference number 26574. Retail price of this watch is $111,900. This is the new blue dial AP. I mean, unbelievable, this Royal Oak. Unbelievable. It's an annual calendar, all that good stuff, all those big words, It's an unbelievable watch. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor. It's out there for $165,000, $169,000, $170,000, lottie. Me, and Sweet Kikino to me, Joaquin to you, we're going to tell you, don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want, but don't pay for that. It is a colossal mammoth time machine. It is that. It is. You know your watch is that. This is a monster watch. But I'm not going to tell you, and I'm not going to let you pay $169,000 for that watch. And you want it full set. If it ain't full set, you don't want it. You don't want it. Don't pay for that watch. And I mean, don't pay for that AP Royal Oak Rose Gold, new blue dial, 26574. Don't pay more than $136,000. And ¡Dumping! Aguántame. Jale otra. ¡Dumping! Dead. You do whatever you want. Continue maintaining them out there. Continue maintaining them now. We have 2 more watches, and from here you run to their channels. Y bájese los calzoncillos. You know it. He's dropping faster than Billy Boy's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. That's what I got to tell you. This watch that I'm going to talk to you about is another watch that I don't think a lot of you know about. These watches. It's like I just finished telling you about the Grupo Forci. Well, this one right here is a Laurent Ferrier. The sports auto, blue dial, titanium, unbelievable watch. Let me tell you, these are watches that I don't talk about them because I know a lot of you, what you want to hear is Rolex, Pateks, APs, you know what I'm saying, Vacheron, that kind of stuff. But I'm talking about watches. These are monster watches. The craftsmanship on these watches are unbelievable. And we're talking about, again, the Laurent Ferrier Sport Auto Blue Dial Titanium. The blue, 41 millimeter. Unbelievable time machine. This is from Mr. Doc McFlorida. Doc McFlorida. This watch has a retail price of $59,684. This is an unbelievable watch. But Doc, here it is. Don't pay for that watch, and I mean don't pay for that watch more than $36,500. And that is dead. That is dead. You do whatever you want with your children's tuition money. Esto está jodido, papi. Pa' adentro. Duro. Te rompen el orto. This is to another subscriber from this channel. This is the GP Loreto. Gerald Perregaux. Maybe you know what that is now. Gerald Perregaux. The skeleton gold, 42 millimeter. Reference number 81015-5200252. Unbelievable watch. Retail price of this watch is $84,200. And we're talking about a new watch. New. This is new. If I want this watch, this is the price I can get it for. And you can get it too. All right? Listen and learn. Son lambones de verdad. No te metas aquí, no. No te metas. Don't pay for that, Gerald Perregaux Loreto skeleton gold 42.2 millimeter casing, with a retail price of $84,200. Don't pay more than $41,000, and that is dead. That watch in July, August, it'll be at 33. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, our last watch of the evening. Our last watch is no other than a Rolex Rose Gold Daytona Oyster Flex with a meteorite dial. Oyster Flex. The 116515LN. In the high 40s is the retail price, ladies and gentlemen. And this watch at one moment was all the way up to $200,000, 2,000 plus, 2,000 plus. And there was a real big long line of lollipop suckers, window lickers, tomato can, possum kickers, cow tippers, ready to give away the $200,000 for that watch. You know, and this watch is dead. Dead. I'm telling you, I was watching an auction on this watch and it wouldn't move. It wouldn't move from $66,000. A $200,000+ watch wouldn't move from $67,000. But I gotta be honest, and I gotta say the truth. And this is why we've been chosen as the #1 watch market update show by no other than Fudinki. That's right, Fudinki. We're #1. And we're gonna tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that Daytona meteorite dial rose gold. Don't pay more. Don't pay more than $72,000. And bam! There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There's your watch market update. There it is, you know. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to subscribe to our channel, like our videos, share our videos. Let people know what's happening out there. Don't let people hang and dry. Don't let them to hang and dry. Let them know what's going on. Let them know that the watch market is dead. That it's all BS. It's all BS what they're telling you. The watch market is dead. There's no money out there. There's no money out there. They want me out. They want me out, but they can't get me out. Because this channel is 100% organic. I challenge anybody to make an investigation on our subscribers. Anybody. Go out there and do it. Do it. We're 100% organic. Como los huevos criollos. ¿Sabes son los huevos criollos? Huevos criollos. Los huevos criollos. Anyway, guys, don't forget, again, to subscribe to our channel and like our videos. We also have a private watch group under my name, Juan Felipe Nieves. You know, you may try to join it. Maybe Sweet Kiki will let you in. And Samantha, they will probably let you in. You know, it's under my name, Juan Felipe Nieves. You go to About, you'll find there Opusntime Watches and request, and maybe you'll get it. All right, guys? Anyway, guys, you know, it's going to be a real good weekend. I hope you guys celebrating it with your family. A lot of hamburgers, hot dogs, steaks, and all that good stuff. A lot of barbecues, a lot of, beach, swimming pools, and all that good stuff. Enjoy your family, all right, guys? It's a good week. It's going to be a real good week. And like I'm telling you, if you're thinking of buying one of these watches, if you wait until July, August, they'll keep on dropping more and more and more for you guys, right, guys? Anyway, guys, like me and Sweet Kid Kino say always, take care and brush your hair.